Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. We are about to go over none other than the Super Bowl halftime performance again and again and again and again because I am here for all of it. I am here for the Serena crip walking on Drake's grave. I'm here for all of it. All of it. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. The title reads, How Kendrick Lamar Just Ended Drake's Career at the Super Bowl. And we here for all of it. I just added that little into it, but we still here for all of it. How y'all doing today? Hopefully y'all doing good. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Because Satan can't stop nothing. Satan can't stop nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe. Get us back in that algorithm, y'all. We 10 steps away from the 50K. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do when we reach 50K. But y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Well, after all the questions about what was going to happen when he took that Super Bowl stage, Kendrick Lamar shocked the whole world and in the entirety of his performance redefined what a halftime show can look like. And at the same time for Drake,
my mic good?
Despite how much he tried to ruin this moment, take it away from Kendrick, and prevent Not Like Us from being played, that of course just failed, as Kendrick didn't just perform what is becoming one of the most important songs that has been released in.
Hey, this is a live thank you. Shout out to Scotty, man, with the first Cash App, man. Shout out to Scotty Lancaster with that first Cash App, man. Salute to you. You get a live thank you. That's the first Cash App. Scotty is the first Cash App since we've been back from our little hiatus, y'all. Let's get it.
So long. But because Drake has done such embarrassing things directly because of this record, like file an entire lawsuit, Kendrick was able to humiliate him and show over 100 million viewers that Drake's career is over, all while bringing hip-hop so much further than we have ever seen. And now, before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Kendrick Lamar, after all the speculation on what this halftime show was gonna be, Kendrick managed to seemingly live up to all of our expectations, yet at the same time do something that none of us could have predicted, because with his entire set, he truly redefined how artists can use the halftime slot while also showing the world how powerful of a tool hip-hop is as an artistic and storytelling medium on the highest level.
Very powerful, very artistic. Him and Dave Free and the PG Lane team, they did a marvelous job. It's well thought of. The whole storyline of a Super Bowl halftime performance show was a phenomenal job. I know later on, as the days continue, as time go on, everybody's going to be picking apart the rabbit holes and everything. In the last video, the TikTok I just went, I didn't mention that it says Gloria on this jacket. You know what I mean? But we mentioned some stuff. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all catch, what y'all be catching during this performance. There's a lot of things, a lot of hidden gems up in there. Let's get it.
Level possible. And now, after Kendrick said in his interview before the Super Bowl with Ebro and Nadeska that he likes to live in the present and was telling Timothy Chalamet that Man in the Garden is one of the songs he is most proud of making ever, we should have expected that he was going to pretty much go all into the current greatness we are seeing from him, because instead of doing what nearly every artist in Super Bowl history does, which is just running through their greatest hits, Kendrick once again decided to just redefine the conventions of what to expect, as he decided to stand on top of the run he just made that many would say is the greatest stretch we have ever seen from a rapper, as he performed an array of all different types of songs from this one-of-a-kind chapter and titled.
Y'all please let me know what y'all think or what y'all heard that this A stand for. The first explanation was that A stands for Aubrey. It didn't sit well with me. That's why I'm asking for some second ideas. What do y'all think this A stand for on his chain? What do y'all think this A stand for? Somebody said Aubrey. That don't sit well with me. That don't sit well with me. That don't sit well with me. But y'all let me know.
Tied them all together in a genius way. As when it comes to the presentation and storytelling that Kendrick put into this, with the one and only and legendary Samuel L. Jackson narrating the entire thing and keeping the audience on their feet with what Kendrick was gonna do next, along with the amazing stage design and presentation.
Yeah, it say game over right here, right? And I was thinking of the PlayStation controller. It had the square, the triangle, the circle, and the X.
Kendrick showed that he is one of the best artists on the planet, and that there are few better performers out right now, as from his actual rapping ability to all of the moments he gave us along the way, which again, with Kendrick, it's the little things, like when he was switching around lyrics to add new context to where he is at and what is going on. Kendrick showed both hip-hop fans and casual viewers what it looks like to rap at the highest level possible, and now, of course, as this entire performance was centering around current moments in Kendrick's career in hip-hop, and Kendrick added so many other layers to what a live experience should be like. Kendrick, of course, had to solidify the greatest victory lap we have ever seen by calling out Drake here, and even before he played Not Like Us, which I'm sure if Drake was watching, he was terrified to see when it would actually happen. He mocked Drake even worse than Drake ever did to somebody like Meek Mill.
I'm telling you, when he was walking, he was like this. Look, he was like, say Drake. That joint scared me, boy. That joint scared me, boy.
When he performed back-to-back by centering the entire show around creating the narrative which posed the question on if he was going to play the song in the first place. And while Drake fans and OVO will try to cope and say that Kendrick needed to make the show about Drake, and we are already seeing this narrative come out from them, no matter what ridiculous claims they try to say to diminish greatness. As this is a song that Drake is so upset about that he has filed suits over it, they can't say anything because he already made it way bigger than their initial back and forth ever was. And so because Drake has done something that, because of the way he is trying to ruin and distort the rules of rap beef as a whole, it's only fitting that Kendrick does everything on his end in the best interest of hip-hop and the culture, which of course left him without a choice to make fun of Drake on this stage, and of course Kendrick really did this multiple times. As in typical Kendrick fashion, he found some of the most clever ways to let the world know that the Drake era in hip-hop and in music is over. As from when Kendrick was speaking to the world and said,
hey look, I'm ready for the Drake era to be over. I'm ready for the Drake era to be, I gotta get these levels right, y'all. I forgot how to record. I don't know how nothing work no more. But yeah, I'm ready for that little era to be over. You know what I mean? But if he was just being a regular person, not in denial and not doing all this weird stuff on, you know, these little IG posts and all, acting tough, and then talking about, I got that fent, you know, I got that fent. Y'all remember when Drake was doing all that? Like, bro, you making a mockery of people that's in the hood, bro. Like, this is not even cool. You little Aubrey. You're little Aubrey. Why you mocking us like this, bro? You're little Aubrey. Stay in little Aubrey's place, little Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue, which was a clear and direct diss at Drake, which in of itself, with Kendrick finally addressing Drake doing this head on, it's just so great that he is clowning him for this. Because in a world where some rappers stay too silent, we need people like Kendrick to defend hip-hop and the culture from what Drake is doing, which is trying to ruin the very art form of it all. And of course, beyond this, when Kendrick finally played Not Like Us and called out Drake by name and smiled at the camera, which was just hilarious and is really going to make one of the most iconic moments that we have seen from this entire era. And then after this all-time great moment, when he kept calling out everyone from OVO and really just packed up the most pathetic crew in hip-hop like we have never seen before, and just adding to this even more with someone like Serena Williams also making a guest appearance during this show as she was dancing in this moment, this was just another great moment, as Drake is still very angry about
hey, look, Serena start saying, when you pay attention to her fingers, she was about to start stacking. She was like, hey, look, go back and rewind and pay attention to Serena's fingers, bro. She about to start stacking, man. Serena's about to start stacking, bro.
Her because really he has spent a good portion of his sad recent albums rapping about her in the weirdest ways, and so with Kendrick doing this, I mean, even with something as subtle as somebody dancing in the background, he managed to add another great detail that added to the performance and enhanced the narrative he was trying to push, which I am sure Drake is livid about. And overall, with all the different ways Kendrick humiliated Drake here, which somehow after the Grammys, Kendrick was able to make an event that was even worse for him, it just symbolizes once and for all that hip-hop and culture is moving forward from the awful Drake era of music, and with Kendrick's entire set, this is the very reason why Kendrick was by far the best person they could have picked to be.
And I was trying to see what's that pendant on the back of his hat. I couldn't make it out. Compton PG Lane, that's fire.
Be at this halftime show, as because of what he did, we are seeing why hip-hop is in such a good place and why things are only about to get a lot better. Because while Kendrick mainly stayed in the present with the songs he was playing, he also kicked things off by showing what may be coming very soon in the future, as of course he played the unreleased
What you got, Fantastic? Hey, Fantastic, I know you got a rabbit hole. What you got? What you got, boy?
snippet that we heard in the GNX trailer before it came out. And I mean, with Kendrick opening up the biggest performance in music with a song that is unreleased, well, I think it is telling us that even more new Kendrick.
Yo, are those Grant Hills, yo? I still ain't make it out. Are those Grant Hill joints? Which joints are those?
Song that is unreleased. Well, I think it is telling us that even more new Kendrick music is coming very soon, and he still has a lot more to say about everything going on in hip-hop. For the halftime show, it really set a new standard from the very second it was played, as it showed that when an artist who controls their craft and is in their prime is on that stage, it's not about what they have done in the past and how many people can remember what they did years ago, and instead, it's about the experience they can deliver in the moment. And for Kendrick Lamar, from the dancers, transitions, and the songs themselves, there is no other way to say it, but this was the perfect way to cap off what has been one of the greatest chapters in hip-hop history. And at the same time as Kendrick is reinventing what this type of performance can look like, as Drake is on the other side of the world looking more pathetic as he is.
Oh yeah, we ain't even go over that, y'all. I was still suspended when that came out. The little hole. Let's talk about these little holes, man. Hey, look, bro. How much that cost for you to put all that smoke up in your sweater? Come on, man. I already heard you already be smoking up under the sweater, man. Cause you're musty, boy. I already heard you be sweaty and musty up under there. I guess that's supposed to be representing somebody stabbed him in the back and all that. Man, look, you corny, B. Whoever idea was corny. It would have been fire if somebody else, if somebody else would have wore that sweater. But you at a point, you can't make nothing hot. You can't make nothing hot. No pun intended. You can't make nothing fire right now, man. Party next door. Get away from him ASAP. Get up out of there.
Is just lazily performing random assortments of hits he had over the years to try and desperately remind people of it.
He can't even walk right. Look, he got all these wires and shit, man. Sit your head down, man. All these wires and shit all up in the sweater. You know what I mean? Ashy ass sweater, man. How you got an ashy sweater, man?
Time where he was not the biggest joke in hip-hop. In so many different ways, this is all so symbolic of the shift we are seeing in rap music in real time, and really the fact that Kendrick called out Drake, and no matter what OVO and everyone else tries to say and cover things up, you can see just how excited the crowd was to yell out lyrics to Not Like Us in real time. I mean, after everything Drake did to try and avoid this moment from happening, it really sounds even funnier and sounds even better than it would have before, especially—
Hey, look, I ain't no big football fan. I ain't no big— look. I ain't watched a Super Bowl ever since Green Bay was in the Super Bowl. It's wild, man. I'm probably about 14 years old. But look, man, I keep hearing about this Patrick Mahomes guy, man. Man. Hey, look, that wasn't a good representation of what I be hearing, bro. Hey, look, what I seen last night, that was not what I be hearing about. Yeah, hey, look.
Because of all the crash outs and embarrassing moments Drake has had recently, which were used against him right in this performance to make him look worse than we have ever seen. And I mean, if you're Drake, the fact that you were dissed at the Super Bowl and looked this terrible because Kendrick J and the NFL did just embrace having Not Like Us played and letting Kendrick perform the genre-altering song at the biggest moment possible. I mean, while Drake and everybody else are going to try and find ways to make this moment sound like it was not as bad for them, regardless of what they say, in reality, there is no coming back from this. Because beyond all the claims Drake tried to make to take away from what this record was doing, as of course in that paperwork that he loved to send out, he said that the popularity of this song was faked. He is once again regretting his words, because we have now seen in—
How can you fake a whole Super Bowl stadium saying A minor. How could you fake that? What you gave, like when everybody was coming in the stadium, they got $100 a piece. Look, we need y'all to be on board. Sing the song as it's playing. Man, come on, man. Ain't nobody doing all that. Faked. You can't. What Dot say during it? You can't fake influence. He said something along those lines.
Real time and at the highest level and stage you could ever possibly see, that the record worked and that it truly did make one of the greatest impacts we have ever witnessed in hip-hop history. Because just to have a diss track be played at the Super Bowl, I mean, while Kendrick has normalized this now, if you would have told anybody before this beef that a diss was going to be played on a stage like this, it just sounded impossible. But once again, playing into the theme of this entire show that has defined itself by, Kendrick Lamar has really just been pushing hip-hop forward and showing how the genre should be evolving with the right people taking things forward. And really, when it comes to Kendrick Lamar just evolving the entire halftime show alongside hip-hop as an art form and culture, due to the fact that Kendrick drew up an entire new playbook on how to do—
Hey, look, it's something up with this too. When everybody was holding their fists up in the air, right? This the image right here. Everybody was holding their fists up in the air, except for these four. Except for these four right here. Everybody was holding their fists up in the air, but these four. It's something up with that. It was something up with that. I promise. There's something up with that. Them two is 5. Everybody was holding their fists up in the air like this, but these four right here.
The biggest show in music. When we look back at this performance, we are going to remember it for how special it was for so many reasons, as instead of getting a highlight reel of what the artist on stage was, we are seeing who the artist is in the very moment, which overall gave us one-of-a-kind memories that we are never going to forget, like Kendrick rapping what is one of the greatest lyrical performances of all time in Euphoria at the Super Bowl, or of course seeing him do Man at the Garden, which was such a powerful moment, and even him doing Peekaboo was so unexpected but exciting. And I mean, of course, Kendrick did some recent hits from a few years ago, like Humble and DNA, which also sounded amazing and fit right into the story and narrative he was using all throughout pretty well, and as Kendrick also performed all of the Stars and Luther, we got a preview of just how great the Grand National Tour is going to be, and maybe even got a preview of the fact that Kendrick and SZA have more music on the way, because with the chemistry these two have, and with how amazing SZA's voice is in this setting, they really highlighted that they are one of the best.
Hey, look, is it only me, but when you hear somebody say, oh, I don't know what people seeing, I don't see what people see, that shit be making me mad. I'm like, bro, have you listened to him? Like, what have you listened to? Yeah, I heard some of that. Yeah, I heard some of that. Be humble, damn it. No, go get the album, nigga. Go get the records. Go get the album. Then you come back and tell me some. I don't see what y'all see in him. I don't know what y'all talking about. And then, man, sit your ass. That should be getting. I'll be getting mad.
Best duos we have working in music today. And I mean, from some of Kendrick's biggest recent hits like we saw, to seeing SZA, to all of the songs from GNX which were played, and the ending, which seriously was one of the greatest hip-hop and halftime show moments ever, with that run from Not Like Us to TV Off, which just captured every single thing this moment and chapter has been about. Overall, the fact that Kendrick Lamar was able to humiliate Drake, play album tracks that other artists would have never even thought of playing on their tours, and with Samuel L. Jackson and all the times he spoke to the crowd.
That's Samuel L. Jackson. That was like a quadruple entendre, bro. That was like, boom. Uncle Sam, Sambo Coon, Samuel L. Jackson. I don't think his name was Sam on Django. I forgot his name. What's his name on Django? Somebody write in the comments what's his name in Django. But it just all ties in. Like, whoever thought of that was like, damn, bro.
Altogether, he was able to bridge this show with a narrative which just in the history of all the other halftime shows is something we have never seen, because no artist has ever put this much detail into the entire experience they were creating. Overall, when we look at everything this show is going to represent, we will look back at this as the moment Kendrick just pushed what rap as a medium can do, and he really set a new standard and precedent on what we can see going forward. Because after the entire Drake era of music, where people got so tired of what was going on in hip-hop and music for that matter because there was too much flash and not enough substance. Kendrick showed what the difference in hip-hop will be with him in control of everything, which is just showcasing that now the little things matter within the art again, and that especially for a genre like hip-hop, where no matter how people have tried to change things, your words matter more than—
All right, this is my last time stopping, y'all. This is my last time stopping. Did y'all notice that he starts smiling again? Did y'all notice Dot start smiling again? Because in his last couple videos, he just be like, beat your ass and hide the Bible guy watching. Like, bro, he was like, say Drake, he was cheesing in this joint.
Than anything else, that we are truly headed back into an era where integrity matters and competition is important. And because these things are at the forefront, and if rappers can replicate even a little bit of what Kendrick did here, MCs will be pushing themselves to make their best material yet. And maybe even we can see somebody get on this stage very soon, because this is the era we are now officially in, as the bar in rap music and what hip-hop can be has been set so much higher than any other rapper ever has before. It's safe to say, with all of this being clear, that this show from Kendrick is not just one of the most important moments in hip-hop history, but it's really one of the best, and it's also one of the best halftime shows we have ever seen. And with all of this happening right now, what is very clear is that we are about to witness a time that is going to be one of the most special eras for hip-hop ever. And so now, with all of this said, let me know, what did you think of Kendrick Lamar's halftime show? What was your favorite aspect and moment? What song was your favorite to hear? And what do you think we are going to see moving forward from this? Do you think Kendrick had any other hidden messages I missed? And do you think Kendrick—
Oh yeah, tons. Hey, ain't nobody ready to break that down yet. Ain't nobody ready to break it down yet. We're gonna keep our eye on TikTok and see who's breaking down what. It's still fresh, y'all. It's still fresh. Yes, you fantastic hip hop, with all due respect, I love you, but you missed a lot. I missed a lot. We ain't cracked it yet. Give it about a week. I'd say about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and we probably cracked half of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we ain't scratched the surface yet. It's a lot. It's a lot up in that Super Bowl halftime performance. It is a lot. And to your question, what do we expect to see from now on from Dot, is that he's going to be popping out. He already got the tour lined up, but there's going to be more. As far as the second album, it is a day after that. I don't know when he's going to come out with it. I don't know. The GNX, the deluxe joint, he probably working on it. He probably still working, getting the little last finishing touches and all of that stuff. I think, man, look, we got a nice 2025. A nice 2025. 2025 is going to be very, very eventful. We got Serena Williams. She's stacking and stuff like that. And I read an article said her husband is proud of her and all of that. So yeah, we got a lot. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.